That's just a pheasant back there, right? Is that a pheasant? I don't really know what pheasants look like. Not a big hunter, but that seemed like it looked like a pheasant, which I've never just seen chilling in the road. Hey, welcome to Off the Ranch. You probably saw the title and thumbnail and you were like, dang, this is gonna be a good episode. Well, this is gonna be a good episode. So it all kind of started when I watched a monster truck roll over the other day because they were trying to smash a car. Oh! And it made me think, I've tried to smash cars with my 5-ton, which is also a very tall truck. And like, if I rolled over, like, it has like 19,000 pounds of weight that I don't think that roof would support. So I was like, man, I probably should put some sort of extra protection on this thing. And that's actually where this whole thing began, as I reached out to my buddy Brandon from CB Welding, and I was like, hey, I need like a roll cage. You interested? And he was like, yeah, I can do that. And then I was like, what if we went one step further? And then I was like, what if we went 14 steps further? And so like, think about bumpers. Every car and truck has a bumper. A Honda Civic has a bumper. They have a bumper to make them better at hitting things, right? And then like big trucks have a bigger bumper because they need to hit bigger things. And then like real big trucks will put like a grill guard on the front of them because they want to be really good at hitting things, like smacking deer, cows, whatever, and keep on going. And then I was like, if I want to do that to the 5-ton, I need to put a big bumper on there. Check, we already have one. And it needs a bullnose, got one of those too. And then it needs a grill guard. We need to build a grill guard. Then I was like, why stop there? What if we build even bigger bumper? And we just cage the whole front of the truck, the whole thing, so that we could plow through anything and it's fine. I want to be really good at hitting things. And so I asked Brandon, hey, can you do this? And he was like, that's a lot more work than you think it is. And I was like, that's not what I asked. What's up, Brandon?
How's it going?
Going good. All right, I'll show you the truck, what our progress is right now, but let me just show you the drawing. Brandon put this all in a program here. This is crazy. This is what we started with. This is like what I kind of told him I was looking for. I sent him a bunch of pictures. There's like Humvees and like some off-road buggies that have like a cage around them all. And I was like, I want an exoskeleton like this. So he measured the truck and put it in here, and then he went in here and built a cage around it with what I was kind of looking. I want to be able to plow through things. I also want a little bit of an exoskeleton around the cab here, and then you can see we have a window shield that will fold down out of the way. My plan is to put expanded metal all across the front of it. The problem is, this didn't work out, right?
No, we learned that pretty quickly.
So Brandon welded up some pipes, and turns out this thing, like, you look at the truck and it looks very square. It's not as square as what we thought. And so like he measured here and he measured here, and just we all assumed everything was square, but actually the truck slopes down right here a lot more than you think. It also slopes inward, right?
Yeah.
And so the pipes in the front were way off the truck. So you can see the pipes are like really far off the front of the truck, and it looked still cool, but just looked not as good as I was thinking. So we decided to go back and chop them.
Yeah, we did a little revision on it, and so we made it follow the body lines a lot better, and we kind of compensated for the unsquareness of the truck. So, but it was definitely worth it. So
yeah, so let me show you what we got now. So as you can see now, we had those pipes. The plan was just coming straight off here and then straight down, because we just thought the truck was square, but it really looked weird because it was sticking up so far up here. So now we have two bins. You have a bin there and a bin there to kind of follow the contour of the truck. We also brought these down, this one down a little bit. Oh, it's raining a lot out here. And now they hug the front of that truck. Looks so mean. So the plan is today to continue cutting pieces, welding them up. This stuff is just kind of sitting up here, not all hooked in yet. So we're going to continue tacking everything. Luckily, you'd only tacked everything before, so it was easy to kind of...
it was real quick, and we're still able to reuse the parts that we took off and use other places, and like that piece right there. So
yeah, so yeah, Brandon got it looking good, and I was like, we got to take it out and make it better. Like, we're doing this once, we might as well do it right. So
exactly.
We tore it up, we're gonna make it a little better, but now we're gonna go along, get all the little pieces in, start filling it in, so we'll make it really strong. We have a lot left to do on this. So he's cutting that notch there, but you can see he had a level here and a rotation gauge there, making sure that everything is perfectly straight. because it needs to fit in there right. So we just got these pieces stuck in here, trying to figure it out. The lights, I don't think are gonna be an issue. They're not gonna be blocked because, I mean, it'll block the top a little bit, but that light is, it's almost 6 feet tall. So like, we don't really need it to be shining more up. And we're gonna put bigger lights on the rest of the truck eventually for times when we're not on the road and want everything to be really bright. So this is not gonna be an issue. Gonna be nice and beefy, just tying all these together, just tacking right now. We left a big opening here because this whole thing is gonna have to fold down so that the hood can come up. So we have to fold down and not hit this. So we have these hinges here, as you can see, these basically just pipes that are sleeving this pipe. And this whole section is going to fold down around that. And it's gonna be super heavy, which we aren't really sure how, how we're gonna actually physically move it down. But we'll figure that out later. Yeah.
Build it first, and then we'll figure that out.
And then work the kinks out. Like, how do we actually lift that up? Because think about this, that's all that weight's gonna be over there. You have to first lift it all the way up. And then once you get here in that like tipping point, then all the weight's gonna wanna smash down here. So yeah, we're gonna have to figure that out when we get there. But let's build it first, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I think we're making good headway. Kind of making this stuff up as we go along here. So we have these things cut to go probably about right there. Same with this one will go right about there. So we're gonna have a line going across right here. And then we have these macaroni noodles right here. And I can't do it with one hand. We're probably gonna have it right about there is where it's gonna make the turn. It's actually gonna be back a little bit, and then it will carry on across there and macaroni noodle down to the other side as well. Just trying to figure out all this. We want this thing to be super beefy, so we're trying to figure out how to make this the beefiest. On the top of the hood, it won't have as many supports because we're not gonna be, you know, hitting stuff as hard with the top of the hood, but the front, I wanna be able to drive through that building or Whistling Diesel's monster truck or whatever and come out unscathed. So that's what we're trying to figure out here. Just trying to get it all figured out to where we have all of the weaknesses fixed here and this thing can plow. You can see that's kind of different from our plan here. We don't have that bar here, but on here we had one on the tip there, then we had another one right there. We're not gonna, I shouldn't have touched that. We're not gonna do all that. We're gonna have that is gonna come up a little bit over here, and then these are all double angled now, so they're not as boxy as it looks in this picture. And then we also, what you haven't seen is, well, any of this stuff yet, windshield guard yet, which will fold down right there is the plan. And then also this fender is thin metal, it sticks out over here, so that could take a tree and rip off. So we're gonna have some bars that come out and follow that fender all around there and are tied into the frame underneath here to give them strength. This is all Schedule 40 1.5" seamless pipe, so very thick, very heavy duty for this 5-ton to start ramming some stuff. So Brandon was just telling me this is actually 2-inch outside diameter pipe, and this is a cool little mechanism to make these cuts. What do you call this, saddles?
Yeah, or pipe notching.
Yeah, so this is how we notch them. So this drill just keeps everything in line right here. And just makes a perfect cut right through that pipe so it fits perfectly on the other pipes and makes a really nice, easy way to weld it. So that'll go up around there. This one is gonna go right here in line with our macaroni noodle right there. We'll have one up here, and then these will continue across there and there. This one will go like right here. We'll make another macaroni noodle that'll go right down there. Yeah, so the hood will not have nearly as much. These are gonna be spaced about that much right there, like that. So very beefy in the front, less beefy on the hood up here. Oh, there's our noodle right there. Perfect, but like in line with this one. Nice. Okay, so now we have everything cut, not tacked yet. Down there, these are all tacked. Sweet. We just kind of wanted to eye it up, see what it looks like. It's kind of what it looks like when you're standing up on a big ladder. Yeah, it looks awesome. So, and those things that have fallen down, they'll all be up higher at that level right there. Golly. And so when we do hit something, if we hit something, I don't know if we're gonna hit it. If we hit something, the bumper, whatever's sticking out in the front will take the brunt of it. So the bumper will hit first. We're gonna put a big bullnose back on here, check the winch. So the bumper and bullnose will hit first, and then this will be hit, of course, by smaller things. I mean, not like I'm worried about this thing really breaking, but God, it's beefy. Wanted to show you how they're making these bends too. Like, we're gonna have a lot more bending to do. We're gonna have a hoop coming from the frame up through this hole here, going up around, and it'll go under the windshield. But this is his big tube bender. It's really neat. And so a lot of these bends, like, if it's just a flat bend like this, one bend in a pipe, it's not a big deal, but that pipe goes up and around, and there's another bend on the other side. And the same for this one. There's a bend here and a bend here. Those bends all have to be in the same plane or it gets all screwed up. So there's a lot of thinking behind this to make sure you're doing it right. A lot of measuring, making sure everything's level. You're not bending in different planes, because then your pipe is worthless. So when you said that is a, what do you call it? What's the word?
It's like a
piece.
This is our consumable.
Consumable, yeah.
It's a consumable.
It's a brass piece, and so it slides along here and just degrades over time.
Yeah, depending on how clean your pipe is. If you have real rusty, it's gonna eat away a lot faster. If you got real clean stuff, it's gonna last a lot longer.
So eventually you'll have to buy another one of those.
Yes.
Gotcha. All right.
So,
we ready?
Yep, we're gonna lock it in. Our encoder's already set to 0, so you're just gonna put
okay.
in.
Curve a bend. Here we go. So I'm just gonna press this foot pedal and God, I feel like I'm in danger right now. Like, we're this close to this thing bending. Look how easy that is. And quiet too. I didn't know it was gonna be that quiet.
Yeah, and see, we still have some coating on it, so that's what all this flaking is.
Yeah.
It's not actual metal or anything.
Okay, so now it bends a little further than 90 degrees, right?
So
because it springs back.
To 19.
Okay.
So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna hit return.
Retorno.
Oh, keep going.
More?
Yep, all the way back around.
Okay, sweet. So now we have a beautiful 90, just like that. That is so cool. So he was just talking about the spring back. So you can imagine metal will bend a little bit but then return. And so to make a 90-degree turn, what he was telling me is they set in 90 but then an extra 19 degrees for spring back. So it bends at 109 degrees, and then when it lets off, the pipe comes back and sets at 90. We're done for the day. Let me know what you guys think of this idea, and if you have any other ideas, go ahead and let me know. Brandon, appreciate it. I will link you in the description below. Go check him out. You were also putting some pictures up on your Instagram, so if you want a little behind the scenes stuff, he'll be putting some stuff up there. So let me know if you think we forgot anything. If you're like, Matt, you didn't put a Barrett mount on the roof. Let me know. I actually got this idea for tube frame exoskeletoning the front of the 5-ton, just like I used to have an Ultra 4 car, and it was like all tube frame and sort of exoskeleton. And then like Street Speed 717 has a Blazer that he took all the body panels off, and it's all exoskeleton tube framed. It just looks super cool. And I was like, you know what'd be better than that is a giant 5-ton that can already drive through anything. But I was like, what if it could drive through anything and not get hurt? And so that's the plan right now. So we were kind of developing this as we go. Like, I've worked a ton on this idea. I've worked with Brandon a ton on the idea. Like, I brought the idea to him, told him what I was thinking. He had some other ideas that we kind of incorporated into it, and we're still changing it up as we go and as we like see what it looks like and what makes sense, like when you actually have the product in front of you, you know, versus just playing on paper or on a computer screen. So we're getting there. So let me know though, really, like, let me know if you think there's anything we're missing or we're forgetting. I would love to have your suggestions, because we've never done this before. Me or Brandon has never done this thing before. So we're kind of figuring it all out. We got some big beefy pipe. We're putting a lot of it in there, and we're putting it in the parts we think we need it. But yeah, I've never done it. So if you are like, hey, I am an engineer, or I've built these kind of things before and Matt's not considering something, I would love to know that. So please comment below. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Off the Ranch. We're gonna go back and check in with Brandon at CB Welding probably in another week or two. Once we get a little more progress, I don't wanna just show you every cut and every weld. So once we get a little further in, we'll go back and check on the 5-ton. Thanks so much for watching this episode of Off the Ranch. I love you. I'll see you next time.
Oh. Hey, what camera is that? Number...
Shut up! Don't tell Mayor.